Hey guys, okay, so I'm filming the intro to this now so that I have it when I do end up getting back into the bedroom to do my small mountain of books that I want to talk about. There's so many. It's probably going to be split up in 2 or 3 videos, to be honest, because the mountain that I'm going to show you is just a fraction of all the books that I have. I love them. They're amazing. So in this video, I'm going to talk about some good books for beginners and some ones that I've come across recently that I've really found are helping me and keeping me making positive changes in my life and all that great stuff. And if I have time, I'm going to go into a little bit about my Book of Shadows and what I want to do with it and kind of my thoughts on having a Book of Shadows. So I will talk to you guys soon. Hi again, guys. Okay, so we're hanging out in my living room because my little boy over there does not want to sleep and he's trying to stand up and everything, so I'm just going to kind of, let him do his thing, and Mom will hang out here and do her video for tonight. Okay, so I mentioned earlier that I want to do one about books, and I think I'm going to, because I think it's going to be a long one. I talk a lot about books because I love them. I think I'm going to section it off and have, I have 3 that I want to start out with, and they're all kind of connected in a certain way, and I'm going to organize them based on that, and so we'll see how this video goes, okay? Alright, so I have my cocoa. I'm about to start burning my incense. Alright. That's better. Okay. So the first book I want to talk about is the first of the three that I first want to talk about. I found at my husband's family's house. They moved out to California and kind of let us, look at the house, see if there's anything we wanted. And I found this. It's by Scott Cunningham. It's a trilogy, or one of 3 of his books: Wicca, Living Wicca, and the Complete Book of Incense, Oils, and Brews. I love it. I've read through the whole thing at least twice, and I plan to do it many more times. Like I said in my first video, I think, I don't consider myself a Wiccan, but I definitely have taken a lot of their ideas and a lot of their practices and their Sabbats and everything, and I've been really learning about them and seeing if I may take some of their practices and how well they work for me. But it's a great tool for first-timers. Also, side note, I will put links to these and the titles and authors in the down bar box thing. I always get that messed up, I don't know. Alright, the second one is called Simple Wicca by Michelle Morgan. And this is very informational. It talks about the directions and the days of the week and, of course, all the Sabbats and the tools and gods and goddesses. It's very, very good information. It's one of my favorite books, I think, definitely. And it's a really easy read. It looks kind of big. I mean, not even really that big. But it's a really easy read and very, very helpful. I still consult it. And the third one is one that I find myself looking at quite a bit if I have a question or I'm not sure about something. And this is another one that I found in their house. And they said I could keep: A Witch's Book of Answers. It's literally all of this. This is bigger than the other one. It's just full of questions and answers. It's also very informational, very good for beginners. I highly, highly recommend this one. Alright, that kind of wraps up the first 3, and I will figure out the next ones and be right back. I'm back. Okay, so I'm going to start with some of my daily things that I do. I have this one, The Secret Daily Teachings. It's a sub-book off of The Secret, which I do highly recommend. I'm not sure where my copy is at the moment, but if you want to read it, I highly recommend it. It's also a documentary on, I believe, both Hulu and Netflix, so it's worth it. Go watch it, go read it, do something. Okay. The second is my 2016 Witch's Date book. They come out with a new one every year, and so far, I love it. It's full of little tips and tricks and things about the Sabbats and Like here's Ostara. It's really cool. It's an awesome little, and I'm trying to keep more organized, so it's been quite helpful. The next one is my Witch's Spell a Day Almanac. It's by the same people that do the Witch's Date book, but it's just one spell each day, every day of the year. So there's 365 spells in here, and it too is awesome. It even leaves you little places for notes at the end of the week, if I can find one. Here we go. See, it gives you spells every day, and then it gives you a place for notes. So that's awesome. I sometimes have a hard time writing in my books. Depends on the book. I would be afraid to screw this up or write something wrong, so I kind of just been messing around in my temporary Book of Shadows. And the last one I actually found off of Dragon Feather's channel. I will link her down below. And I got it, and I got the second one. There's 2 books in this, and this is Wicca specific, but it's Year in a Day. It's a big book, kind of expensive, but so far it's been worth it. I'm a little over a week in, and I love it. It's great. It's nice to kind of take a few minutes every day and read a passage out of here and do some meditations on the questions and whatever, and I'm really excited. I have 2 years of this since I have both of the books, so I highly recommend that one too. Excuse me. Alright, I'm going to do another spell book, I guess. Everyday Witch A to Z. I love this book. I had a root canal done a few weeks ago, right before I got this piercing, actually, like literally the day before. And I have really bad anxiety about going to the dentist. So I found a anti-anxiety charm in here, and actually I have it with me. I charmed this stone and took it with me, and I barely had any anxiety. I mean, he took 3 hours to do my tooth, so that really sucked. And towards the end I started to panic a little bit, but overall it was a much better experience than I thought it would be, especially for a root canal. I hate people messing with my teeth. The next one is not technically witchy, but it's from Harry Potter, which I talk about in like all my videos. So, the unofficial Harry Potter cookbook. I found a couple recipes in here that I think I'm going to do for in bulk. Like I really want to do the make your own hot chocolate, or the homemade hot chocolate and the homemade marshmallows. I think that would be amazing. And so, yeah, there's a lot in here that I want to try. I'm really excited about it. It gets me into a witchy mood. And the final one, Encyclopedia of Crystals. I highly recommend this for anyone, whether you're new or old. I'm still fairly new, but I think anyone could use it. It has pictures. It talks about the different uses and the hardness of the stone, which is, it's good information to just have right in front of you. Like, I love amethysts. I love it. I love this book. Sometimes when I'm bored, I'll just flip through it and learn about a new stone. There's so many different things to learn about. But I think I'm going to wrap it up at that, because I do want to talk a little bit about my Book of Shadows. So I have this really awesome leather-bound book, and it has wolves on the cover, which the wolves have always called out to me. I've always been drawn to them. I love their energy. So I mean, I connect with them very well, and so I got this book. And I think the fanciness of it is holding me back a little bit, because I really don't want to make a mistake in it. I'm so scared of having a line out of place, or writing versus typing, because I'm more efficient at typing. And so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to not necessarily start over, but I mean, we'll see how it goes. I want to go get a sketchbook from somewhere, or a 3-ring binder, and make it interchangeable so I can switch around sheets if I want to. But I'm just going to kind of start making it, and not in a place where I don't have to worry about mistakes, where mistakes are okay, so that if I want to have a final copy, I'll have that beautiful, pristine book to write in. And it's been a huge dilemma for me, just trying to think about this, and I'm really excited. I don't know if I'll be comfortable enough to give a tour of it, but I will definitely show you guys what I end up getting, and if I end up getting decorations to decorate the cover and the pages and stuff. I kind of want to do little scrapbooking things, so I'm really looking forward to that. I want to do that this or next weekend. I cleaned today. I'm very proud of myself, and I'm so excited I can't even speak. Like, cleaning is a very hard thing for me to do, just to get up off my butt and do something. And so I'm really proud of that. It's gonna be a good spring, I can tell. Oh, I have one more book. It's so big that I used it to hold my laptop up. Let's see here. Switcheroo. Please stay. Okay. This is my new favorite book. I am about that far, so I'm almost done reading it. And I try not to dabble with summoning things or dark black magic, whatever you want to call it. And there are some spells that use different fluids and things that I'm not quite comfortable with, so there is a warning on that. It does not gloss over anything, but in a way that's also awesome. That's what makes it such an epic book. It has absolutely anything you could ever want in here. 5,000 spells, and they organize it by category: love magic, gambler's spells and charms, banishing spells, protection spells, some of my favorite. So I mean, they really have everything. I got it at Barnes & Noble. My folks are on their members plan, so I get 10% off. It's not cheap, but it's so worth it. I really recommend this book. So, in fact, I kind of want to buy another one and make it into my Book of Shadows. It's so thick, and I love how it feels. And, I love books. They're amazing. But, I think that about wraps it up. I'm going to spend the next couple days, I've got like 3 days left, preparing for the fresh spring and everything, and in bulk. And I think I'm going to be cooking most of, Monday. So I don't know when I'm going to get a video up, but I'm going to talk a little bit about how I celebrated and how my first, big holiday was, or Sabbath. I keep calling them holidays, and I personally just want to get into the habit of calling them Sabbath. So correct me if I do it too much, or at all in a video, actually. But I think that's all for now. I will see you guys later in love and light.